The Dallas-Fort Worth area has exploded recently as one of the top relocation destinations in the entire world, not only for luxury real estate, but for all real estate in general. In my opinion, the DFW Metroplex is the best valued real estate in the entire country, and I'm going to show you exactly why in this video, so stick around. One of the challenges I've seen in actually properly valuing real estate anywhere in the country is what you're seeing with a lot of these iBuyer programs and online companies, places like Zillow and Opendoor, and why they're having so many problems. Zillow recently completely canceled their buying program of real estate in the United States. Opendoor lost over $1.35 billion in their real estate ventures to try to properly value real estate when trying to acquire. The big reason for this is simply algorithms in real estate do not work, especially on the individual level. Real estate, like politics, is very local, and it's very important to have a very solid understanding of not only the neighborhood, but even the cities and the streets. Property values can change not only by zip code and location, but also simply by neighborhood and even blocks in those neighborhoods. So trying to run a computer algorithm to make sense of all that and do it, you just cannot account for all the factors, and that is why they have exited that business. So in today's video, we're going to compare the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex to areas in California, in New York, in Florida, and show you exactly why it's such a great investment for the long term.
Okay, so the first state we're going to look at is where I grew up, actually, in California. Now, as I've said, companies like Zillow have had a very hard time and have exited the market for trying to properly forecast forms. There were actually some reports that came out from Zillow claiming that they realized that their algorithms were no longer suitable to predict long-term investing for real estate valuation. So I wanted to give you a quick rundown of where California is right now, and then we'll go into New York as well as Florida. So we're going to start in Los Angeles County here, and as you can see, since June of last year, so right here in June, we've gone all the way up to January, and we've seen roughly a 9.5% drop. Okay, but what I really want you to pay attention to is the valuations from January 2019 going all the way back to January of 2006. So we can see that we've seen a massive increase in value since that time frame, even with the drop. But really what I want you to focus on here is the median household income. So we've seen 9.5% drop here in Los Angeles County. If we go here to Orange County, we're seeing a $98,786 median household income and a 5.5% drop from June of last year to January of this year. And we can go all the way up the Western Seaboard here, where we can see that Santa Barbara County, the median household income is $86,136. We can see here in San Luis Obispo County, $79,455. And let's just take a look at San Francisco here. And we can look at Marin County, and the average income is $127,601. Okay, so keep that in mind as we move forward here, because the median household income is going to be very important as we try to properly value homes for long-term stability, which is the most important thing in the housing market. So keeping in mind the median household income, I wanted to talk to you briefly about the state of California and the long-term potential for investment. So what we're looking at is going to be the price to earnings ratios versus the home values in the state of California, all up and down the West Coast. So let's start, and we're going to go down to Los Angeles County because it's the best known county. So as we said before, we've seen a June of 2022 peak of $899,000 is the median price in Los Angeles County for a home. Today in February 2023, it's $866,300, so a loss of 3.64%. From 2019 to 2023, we've seen an increase in value of over 20%. But keep in mind this, the median household income is $75,624. That means that for the average person to be able to purchase a home, you're looking at a price to earnings ratio of 11.46 times earnings. So for every dollar you make, a house is going to cost you $11.46. What we really want to see in this area is typically something under 10 specifically, but more importantly under 6, especially if you're looking for long-term value. So as you see here, LA County, we're trading at 11.5 times earnings, which is not very long-term for sustainability for value. If we go here, we're going to look at Orange County, and we're looking at 11.16 times earnings. The median household income is $98,786. We can go here to Oxnard, Thousand Oaks, and Ventura County, and we're looking at almost 10 times earnings. We can go here to Santa Barbara County, and we're at 12 to 13 times earnings with a median household income of $86,136. You can go here to San Luis Obispo County, and you're looking at 11.4 times earnings. We can go here to Salinas County, and we're looking at 12 times earnings. And we're going to go up here to San Francisco, and we're looking at 11.74. San Francisco is interesting because it has seen a large drop. I think you will see larger drops in the Bay Area. As you can see here in June of 2022, the average purchase price was $1.748 million. Today it's $1.48 million, so $250,000 drop at 14%. However, from 2019 to 2023, it's still up over 8.5%. Pre-pandemic, we're at almost 11% return from that time frame. But more importantly, as we look up at this, we can see that the price to earnings ratios are almost 12 times earnings at the median household income of $127,601. So this is all up and down the west coast of California. So if you're looking for long-term value there, it's going to be difficult, primarily given the current housing market and the valuations that are in place. So now we're going to be looking at New York and New York City specifically for long-term price appreciation and also for price to earnings ratio. So let's look at some of the surrounding counties first. First one we're going to be looking at is Kings County, New York. So as you can see here, pre-pandemic from February 2019, the average purchase price was $1,071,667. And from June of 2022, the average purchase price was $998,963. As of February of 2023, it's now $954,767, a 4.42% drop, and a total peak to trough drop of $44,196. Now, if you look here, the median household income in Kings County, New York is $70,390, but the price to earnings ratio is 13.56 times earnings. So again, not a lot of long-term appreciation potential in this area if we're looking to keep in line with norms for the real estate market. What I really want to spend your time on today is New York City. So if we go to New York City, we're going to be looking at New York County, New York. The median household income is $87,745. The price to earnings ratio right now in New York City is 44.66 times earnings. So for every dollar you make, it's going to cost you $44.66 to purchase a house. Now, the appreciation has continued to go up. It's actually gone up 57.8% since the pre-pandemic time frame. So if we look back to 2019, the pre-pandemic price is 22.69%. In June of 2022, it was 2.482 million, and now it's 3.918 million. So here's the thing with New York City. New York City is the economic hub for the entire world. So there's going to be some long-term appreciation there that is going to be out of whack with most areas of the country. However, at 45 times earnings, that is not a long-term sustainable plan for growth in the city. Primarily because even if you're looking at the luxury space versus normal space for, your average American, it's going to be very difficult to keep a functioning society in a situation like that. So where, you have people who are very high income earners or are ultra wealthy living and purchasing these high-end properties, but as those go up, so does the median household price for everybody else. And if you are making a normal median household income of $87,000, it is going to be very difficult to sustain any type of lifestyle in that city and purchase a home, which is going to drive people out of that area, which is why you're seeing so many move out of New York and into places like Florida, which is where we're going to go to next. So in Florida, we're going to look at two specific areas. We're going to look at Key West and Miami, and we're going to go up the coast, and we're going to look at different valuations for different counties in Florida. So right now we're going to be looking at Miami-Dade County, Florida, and we can see that the median household income is $59,259. The price to earnings ratio is 11.11%, and we've seen a 38% increase in home values over that time frame. Back in June of 2022, we had a $639,967 price. Today in February, it's $658,333. Actually, this is about a month behind, but you get the idea. We now go over to Key West and Monroe County, Florida, where the median household income is $68,584. for the average family, and we're trading at a 21 times price to earnings ratio. And we've also seen a massive appreciation from 2019 to 2023 of almost 60%. Here we're going to look at Naples and Collier County, Florida, and we have almost $82,000 median household income. Again, a PE ratio of 11.2%. with an increase of 55% over that time frame. We're now going to go and look at Sarasota County, Florida, where we're trading at 8 times earnings, and we've seen an appreciation of 48%. Okay, so next we're going to look at the Tampa Bay area, and we're going to look at Pinellas County, Florida. So as we can see here, the median household income is $61,532. The price to earnings ratio is 7.82 times earnings. We've seen from 2019 to 2023 a 46.86% increase in valuation. And from June of 2022, average price point for a home was $481,667. Today it is $481,317. So as you can see, Florida also, while being a mainstay for people to relocate to, is getting to a price point that is not great for long-term appreciation and growth. So those are my analyses for California, New York, and Florida. And now we're going to go over to Texas, specifically the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I'm going to share with you some very interesting insights as to why I believe Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, and most of the area of Texas is actually one of the best long-term value plays for real estate in the United States. So here we are in the great state of Texas, and we're going to look at some very interesting insights. So we're going to focus on 3 specific counties today. We're going to focus on Dallas County, Tarrant County, and Collin County up in the Fort Worth Metroplex area of Dallas, Texas. So we're going to start with Collin County. Collin County is where Frisco and Plano are. So as we can see here, if we look back, so if we see here from the pre-pandemic of February of 2019, the average purchase price was $376,633. And from June of 2022 was $574,833. And today it's $533,323. So there's actually been a 7.24% drop over that time frame. However, from 2019 to 2023, there's been over a 34% increase in valuation. Now, one of the most important factors here is that the median household income in Collin County is $101,560, and homes are currently trading at 5.25 times earnings. So that is a very important statistic as we look at long-term value and the ability of the employment area and the ability of the populace of the area to actually sustain the housing market in that space, and whether they can sustain the society that they're currently living in. So that is not terrible at all. That's actually a pretty good value long-term comparative to other major metropolitan areas in the United States. We're now going to look at Dallas County. So again, we're seeing in Dallas County a median household income of $65,770. Dallas County obviously is where Dallas, Texas, and Arlington are. You're looking at a 5.46 times earnings ratio, and you're looking at appreciation of 2019 to 2023 of almost 16%. Pricing from June of 2022 was $398,000. In February of 2023, it's $359,000. So there has been a drop with the rise in interest rates. And that was really to be expected. If you see interest rates go from 3% to 6.5%, necessarily, interest rates and bonds work conversely. Same thing with real estate. As interest rates go up, real estate values are going to have a negative or going to be negatively impacted. However, what you're really looking for is the long-term value and the long-term play in these locations. So now we're going to go over to Tarrant County. So as we see here in Tarrant County, Texas, now this is home to Fort Worth. It's home to Southlake, Grapevine, Colleyville, Keller, Westlake, Southlake, parts of Flower Mound, and obviously Fort Worth. Now, the interesting thing here, the median household income is $72,064. The price to earnings ratio is 4.87 times earnings, and we've seen an increase in valuation from 2019 to 2023 of 27.21%. So that means for every dollar you earn in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, or Tarrant County, Texas, a home is going to cost you $4.87 as opposed to, say, New York, which is going to cost you $44.66, which is quite a big difference from that side. So why I say things like Westlake and Southlake are some of the best long-term luxury values in the United States. If you look at a city like Southlake, where the median household income is $240,000 per household, and the price is about 1.1 to 1.2 million entry point, you are really looking at a 4.5 to 5 times earnings ratio to get into luxury homes. in one of the wealthiest cities in the country. So the long-term appreciation is there. Also keep in mind this. So we can look through all areas of Austin and the state of Texas. You can see Austin's trading at 7.27 times earnings, so a little overvalued there. We can go down to San Antonio and we're seeing that pricing is trading at 8 times earnings in San Antonio. Still not terrible, but not nearly the opportunity we're seeing in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But we can look all through the Golden Triangle here. You can see Blanco County is trading at 9.91 times earnings. You can see that Round Rock, Austin, Georgetown, and Hayes County is trading at 6.2 times earnings. So when you look at this and you compare it to Dallas County, Tarrant County, Collin County, and the surrounding areas here, even Denton County is trading at 5 times earnings. There is a much better potential for long-term appreciation if you're looking for good value in real estate in Texas. So now we're going to look at the luxury Dallas market report, and we're going to go through why this is the case. So stay tuned.
So when you're looking at major metropolitan areas throughout the United States, you can see very clearly through this analysis that DFW has a significant advantage over areas of California, New York, and Florida. If you're finding value in these videos and you choose to subscribe to our channel, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and comment as well. It really helps us to stay engaged and to stay motivated to putting out good content for you over the long term. And it also helps us to understand what you're finding valuable and how we can be a better service to you. Do me a favor, click the like button, hit the subscribe button. Now, let's get into the luxury housing report for the Dallas area and where values are at and how it's going.
So here we're going to be looking at the luxury market report for the Dallas, Texas area for February of 2023. So right now, if you can see here on my tab, we're looking at the benchmark price of $750,000. We're seeing that there are 12 properties listed above $7.6 million. There's a total inventory of 327 homes. There have been 134 sales so far this time frame, and we are saying right now we're predicting it is a seller's market still, as 41% of those properties are selling. Right now, the valuation, as you can see here, if we're going to scroll down and look, we're going to look at what is actually selling. So right now, with properties above the $7.6 million range, the dark or the black are properties that are for sale, and the brown is what is actually sold. So you're seeing in that high price point above the $5 million mark, not a lot moving, but that is typical, as those are typically longer sales cycles. If we get down here to the $3 million and under, we're seeing quite a lot of movement here. So you're seeing 34 properties and 7 have sold, 27 from 1.8 to 2.2 and 12 have sold, 59 properties between 1.4 and 1.8 and 22 have sold. So these are moving, and it is still a seller's market. So what we're seeing right now is the median sell price for a house that is $785,000 is about 2,000 square feet or less, with 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. There have been 6 sold, 14 inventory, and 43% of those have sold. You can see 2,000 to 3,000 square feet, 71% of those have sold. And you can look down this range, 6,000 square feet, 3 million and above, 10%. And as I said, those are obviously still going, but they are a longer sales cycle. Right now, for single family homes, over the last 13 months, we're seeing a basis between the median sales price and inventory and the total of sold properties. So as you can see right here, in February of 2022, there was 110 inventory and 125 sold, so more were sold than were actually listed. And as you can see, you can follow this trend as we got into the higher interest rate environment in June, July, August. You're seeing more properties listed and you're seeing less properties sold. However, you're still seeing a good number of these sold. And what we've seen is that the pricing has remained steady. We've seen it drop maybe about 1% in the luxury space in the Dallas area. But what we're seeing is that the pricing, because of the massive seller's market that it was a year ago, has kind of come more in line. So typically what you would see would be a house that was listed for maybe 1.6 that in June of last year that would end up selling for 1.2 or 1.3. Now you're just seeing those listed at 1.2, 1.3. But you're not seeing a large drop in valuation. So here's what we're predicting for the Dallas market for February 2023. Single-family luxury market is a seller's market because there's 41% of those luxury homes selling. They sold for 98% of their list price in February 2023. So you're seeing not a lot of difference there as you were looking at a year ago. That was a little bit different. The most active price is $800,000 to $900,000, where 94% are selling very quickly. And the median home is $1 million. And right now, the median days on market for a luxury home in Dallas area was up 17 days from 5 in February 2022. So they are selling quickly still. In February 2022, things were on the market typically 5 days before under contract. Today, it's 17. We are now going to look at the attached homes. So these would be condos, townhomes, and executive properties in the Dallas area for 2022 to 2023. So February 2022 to February 2023. So same type of process here as we saw in February of 2022. There were 71 properties listed and 56 sold, and you can see the trend continues as interest rates rose. You can see that homes continue to hit the market in this space, and sales continue to go. But I also want you to look at the trend here, where in February 2022, the average sale price was $662,500, and as we move forward, even after a rise of massive interest rates over the last year, the average sales price here in Dallas for attached properties is $686,250, and homes are still obviously selling in this market. The median data review for this time frame. So there were total inventory of 71 in 2022 February. Today there's 93. Total solds 56 to 42, so a drop of about 25%. The price went up about 4% over year. In this space, the price per square foot went from $311 to $338. Sales to list price ratio, which is important to know if it's a buyer's or seller's market. The February 22, things were selling for 100% of list price. Today, it's about 98%. So just to keep the math easy, if you have $1 million property, it's typically selling for $977,000, down about 2%, but still very, very high. And then the days on market went from 13 days in February 2022 to 20 days in February 2023. So homes, attached homes, condos, townhomes are still selling very, very quickly in the Dallas area. So our analysis of the Dallas-Fort Worth market, the attached luxury market is still a seller's market with 45% sales ratio going within that time frame. They're selling for about 98% of list price. The most active price point is $850,000 to $900,000, where it's very, very difficult to find homes in that price point. They're selling very, very quickly. And the median luxury sales price for attached condos or townhomes or executive homes is about $686,250. And the median days on market went to 20 days, up from 13 in February 2022. So if you take everything in conjunction, if you look at the home values in California, the home values in Florida, the home values in New York, and the home values in Texas versus your income levels and what people typically make in these communities and the long-term appreciation potential, I think it's very, very clear that of these major metropolitan areas in the United States, the Dallas-Fort Worth area is not only still primed as the market is still growing, but should continue to grow based on demographics, based on how many people are moving to the state, and based on long-term appreciation and potential for not only the luxury areas, but also just the general middle market areas as well. So that is our analysis of the Dallas market, of California, Florida, and Texas, and New York. And I hope you found value in this data. If you have information or would like more information about the Dallas market, the Fort Worth market, relocating here, please do me a favor, click the link below, book a call with me. I'd be happy to help you. Or if you have questions about relocating or questions about selling your property anywhere in the United States, especially in the luxury market, we have excellent agents. We have excellent networks of people all over the country and all over the world to help get you the best value for your property and make the transition as hassle-free and easy and stress-free as possible. So there's our report, and I hope I'll see you very, very soon.
So in our video, we examined a little bit as to why companies like Zillow and Opendoor cannot use a computer algorithm to forecast real estate properly, as they've even admitted to. It's very important when you're looking at real estate, not only here, but anywhere in the country, that you have boots on the ground and you have the proper guidance you're going to need to be able to make a sound decision, and you have all the available information. Here at Elysian Properties, we're happy to help you. We have boots on the ground everywhere in the country. We have a community of agents around the country, 85,000 strong. strong and in 23 nations around the world. So if you are looking to buy or sell luxury real estate, really anywhere in the United States or in the world, do me a favor, click the link below and drop us a line. We'd be happy to talk to you. We can put you in contact with great agents anywhere in the country. And if you're in the luxury space, we have luxury agent connections all over the country as well that we'd be happy to help you out with. Also, if you are specifically looking to move to the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you'd be interested in working directly with me to be able to fulfill your needs, I'd be happy to help you. You can go ahead and reach out and book a discovery call with me. There is no obligation, and I would be happy to get to know you, be your first friend in Texas, and help you out on your journey. All right, that's all we got for you today. So I hope you all have a great day. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon.